If you told me 10 years ago that a luxury family SUV like the X3 could be fitted with an engine capable of 500 horsepower, accompanied by an advanced chassis and suspension system to handle that power, I would not believe you. Yet, here we are with the F97 BMW X3 M. First, we will take a brief look under the hood, lift it up, service it, and then take a deep dive into what exactly the Germans were thinking making this. This X3M was provided by One Legacy Motors. Please visit their website in the description to browse their catalog, and you might find this model on sale. Let's check out what's underneath the hood here. Up front, you have this carbon fiber grille assembly with your front-facing camera right up front there for your 360 view and various ADAS systems. Behind the grills, there are no grille shutters whatsoever. You have a pretty deep stack of heat exchangers from the front grille to the radiator support here. You have a strut tower brace from each strut tower on each side to help the structural rigidity. You have two intakes here going into this very large airbox assembly, which feeds the two turbochargers. You have two main coolant circuits. You have this little small expansion tank for your low temperature circuit for your charge cooling, and you have this main expansion tank for your high temperature cooling circuit for your main engine cooling. And down there you can take a peek at your alternator assembly, which has the belt tensioner kind of on top of it. And in there's your water to air intercooler, which is integrated into the intake manifold. You have two high pressure fuel pumps. You can see one of them there and one's over there. For the rear wheel and tire package, you have a 20-inch rim wrapped in a Pirelli P0 tire. Tire size at the rear is a 265/45 R20. For the rear brake package, a pretty familiar design here. You have a single piston floating caliper over a two-piece cross-drilled steel rotor. At the front here, you also have a 20-inch rim wrapped in a Pirelli P0 tire. Tire size at the front is a 255/45 R20. For your front brake package, you have a 4-piston fixed brake caliper over a two-piece cross-drilled steel rotor. So, underneath the X3M, F97 generation, this vehicle is built on the Clara architecture. Everything you can see, this felt carpeting here. You have your oil cooler assembly right here. In terms of maintenance, your oil drain plug is easily accessible right there. Your starter motor assembly is right down here too. Don't need to remove too much to get to it. It's very nice. Over here, here is your transmission fluid pan for your ZF 8-speed transmission. For your front suspension setup, you have a strut style front suspension. You have unique aluminum links for your M models. Here's another look at your 4-piston fixed brake caliper. Up here, there's your coil spring damper assembly. You have dual exhaust plumbing here, moving towards the back, then ending out towards the back on this pretty massive muffler assembly. It is an active exhaust system, so you can see these actuators right here to modulate the exhaust flow from the outboard tailpipes. You can see the other one on this side. Underneath the rear of the X3M, you have a steel rear subframe housing an M-style clutch pack differential. You can see these service ports here to drain and refill your differential fluid, as well as your temperature sensors accessible right there. You have lots of structural bracing. At the rear, you have a multi-link style suspension. Most of the links here are made out of stamped steel. There's your rear parking brake motor for your rear parking brake system, mounted onto that single piston floating caliper. Let's get a little bit more technical with the X3M. Now, the X3M has specific provisions to increase body rigidity and structural integrity on top of BMW's claw architecture. There are structural braces implemented in various areas in the engine bay and the underbody. BMW's literature states that the S58 engine is based on the B58 TU, despite 98% of the parts being revised or completely different. Nonetheless, it contains a multitude of developments to produce up to 375 kilowatts at 6,250 RPM and 600 Newton meters of torque from 2,600 to 5,950 RPM. For the foundation, the cylinder block and cylinder head are made out of aluminum alloys with closed deck designs and a revised 4-layer head gasket. Bore and stroke is at 84mm and 90mm respectively, with a compression ratio of 9.3 to 1. The block houses a forged steel crankshaft and forged connecting rods that are carried over from the S63 TU4 found in the F90 M5. The crankshaft and connecting rods are supported by bearings manufactured by Federal Mogul to withstand high loads. The pistons are manufactured by Moly and are forged from an M152P alloy with features suitable for a high revving environment like the graphite coated skirts. For lubrication, the crankcase has additional provisions to improve lubrication under high loads, with a front section separate from the rest of the sump. The oil pump is a spur gear type with an integral twin return oil pump, which helps with oil recovery from different sections of the engine assembly. Oil flow to the oil cooler is controlled by a thermostat integrated into the oil filter housing. The vacuum pump is also integrated into the oil pump assembly. The cylinder head core was formed in a 3D printing process, which allows certain geometric features that were not possible with previous methods. The S58 is equipped with Vanos and 4th generation Valvetronic, which is BMW's variable camshaft timing and variable valve technologies, which have been adapted to meet the needs of the S58. The S58 is equipped with direct fuel injection, which is supplied by 2 high-pressure fuel pumps which are connected in parallel and are mounted to the cylinder head. The camshafts are driven by the crankshaft via a 154-link Bush roller chain. For air induction, 2 monoscroll turbochargers are supplied by MHI Group and are integral to the exhaust manifold, which utilizes electric wastegates. Speaking of cooling, the main high-temperature cooling circuit utilizes the main radiator and the auxiliary radiator on the driver's side of the front bumper, with the coolant flow being modulated via a map-controlled thermostat. Whereas the low-temperature charge cooling circuit utilizes radiators in parallel, one mounted in front of the high-temperature radiator and the other one mounted on the passenger side of the front bumper. All of this power is sent into an 8-speed automatic transmission manufactured by ZF, known as the GM8HP76Z. The torque converter has been adapted to receive more torque from the S58, with the lockup clutch being fully engaged in the vast majority of driving situations according to BMW. There's also a transmission oil heat exchanger mounted to the front of the radiator assembly. That torque is then sent through an electromechanical all-wheel drive system adapted from the F90 M5. This utilizes an ATC13 transfer box with a multi-disc clutch. The M rear differential unit is an electromechanical unit with an electric motor that engages a multi-disc clutch pack to lock the differential. The final drive ratio is 3.154 to 1. For the front suspension setup, a twin-arm McPherson strut style suspension is used with M-specific components. The lower links, wheel hub bearing assemblies, coil strut assemblies, and sway bars are M-specific components. For the rear suspension setup, the subframe is fixed with M-specific hard rubber mounts attaching a multi-link suspension familiar to the X3 family. As for the electromechanical systems implemented into the suspension system, a variable gear ratio EPS rack is used with variable gear geometry on the rack itself. The continuously variable adaptive dampers were co-developed with ZF SOX. They contain electromagnetic valves that can adjust the hydraulic flow rate depending on driver command. All of the powertrain and chassis control systems work together to make this reach 60 miles an hour in the mid 3 seconds while being track capable on the Nürburgring. When it comes to the overall maintenance of the BMW X3 M, it remains pretty consistent with the lower tier siblings, the xDrive 30i and the M40i. The suspension layout remains pretty much the same. It is strut front, multi-link rear. The control arms are pretty easy to access, easy to work on. The main difference here is the S58 powertrain, which is a very robust powertrain. As for the overall maintenance cost, it's still going to be very expensive. These rotors are about $700 a piece, and probably more when you consider dealership pricing. And when it comes to other esoteric stuff like different cooler assemblies, control arms, and damper assemblies, they can get pretty pricey, so be aware of that. This is using the previous generation interior design, which I'm personally very fond of. Let's start this off. So we're very familiar with this interior design. It's shared across many different models from BMW, including the 3 Series, 4 Series, X3 and X4 and X5s. For the steering wheel, this is a very typical BMW steering wheel. Feels really meaty. M1, M2 buttons are on top here. Your cruise controls are on the left side here, pretty easy to use. Heated steering wheel button is right on the middle down there. And on the right side, you have these media controls. You can change your volume, skip, forward tracks. You can navigate through your gauge cluster through here as well. It's pretty nice. In terms of materials, on the door cards, you have this soft touch material with some stitching. You have carbon fiber inserts, which look really high quality. You have very subtle ambient lighting right here. Door handles feels really good, feels very sturdy. Physical window switches, typical switchgear we see from BMW. Decent amount of door pocket storage. You can fit some books and napkins and various items in here. You can fit probably an 18 to 24 ounce water bottle in there, which is really nice. They do door storage pretty well in the X3. Across the dash, you have the same materials. Looks really good, really high quality. Have more carbon fiber inserts right here. Looks pretty good. You have physical HVAC controls, which is really nice. It's very easy to use, no fusses, pretty tactile. You have more shortcut buttons here for your infotainment, physical volume dial. And for your infotainment, you have iDrive 7, which is a nice welcome to see again. It's very easy to use, has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's very well optimized, it's pretty easy to use. Nice stuff. Down here, you have a wireless phone charger, cup holders, USB-A port. You have lots of gloss black plastic around this kind of center portion here. Got to keep that clean. Nice digi shifter. We've seen this digi shifter for many different M models. Pretty easy to use. You have toggles for your traction control, your DSC. You have a camera view button, parking sensor button. You can toggle your auto start stop. You have shortcuts here to enter the configuration for your M modes and buttons for your auto hold, switch for your parking brake, hill descent assist. You have an iDrive selector down here as well. You can navigate through your infotainment. It's nice that they give some redundancy when it comes to the control scheme. In here, you have a pretty small center console storage, USB-C port. Can maybe fit a wallet, some gum in here. This is the interior that we've grown to know and love. In conclusion then, the X3M is the combination of the performance from a G80 M3 and the practicality of a spawn hauler. From the technical side, the S58 is beautifully matched with the 8-speed ZF gearbox, and the suspension maintains body control despite the proportions. And considering the market price for these, I think they are an excellent value. That's it for me.